Oh yeah, bitches. You know how to do it to them.
What's up, bitches? I'm back with another car video, and we're on a new camera this time. This one's simply my phone because having to deal with my regular YouTube camera is kind of clunky. So I figured I'd try my phone this time, so we'll see how it goes. We're back with another car video. The reason why is this one, I crashed it. As you can see from the photo on screen now, yeah, man. Yeah, on my way to work one morning, I guess I didn't quite have enough sleep. Fell asleep behind the wheel, and I ran over a curb at 50 miles an hour. Now, thankfully, no one else was hit on the road, and I was not in the way. I was able to pull to the side into a bus stop. But unfortunately, I sat there for about 6.5 hours waiting for roadside assistance to come. USAA, great insurance, great claims and everything like that. Roadside assistance leaves a little room to be desired. So the tow guy actually, there was a tow guy that actually came at around 4 hours in, but apparently he didn't have the right tow truck or something like that. But the second guy that came had the same tow truck, and he's like, he could have easily done it. So, oh well, it is what it is there. So, yeah, I wrecked the Fusion around late July. I want to say, I think late July, and I thought, because as you can see from the image on the outside, I thought that it was just going to be a simple ticket to the shop and fix it up, because on the outside it doesn't look too bad. Well, the guys I took it to, they evaluated it, and they said it was a total loss. They didn't say it was a total loss, but because I did it through a claim through USAA, they billed USAA what it was going to be to fix it, and the USAA then told me that it's a total loss. Which sucks, because I really liked that car. But the plus side is I got a nice big old USAA check for the car. I won't disclose the full amount because, I'm not going to, don't feel like telling all the big numbers on the channel. But let's just say it was a lot more than what the car was worth. So, yeah. So whilst I might have totaled one car, I got a lot more money to buy a new one. So the story about getting this guy, I decided to, once everything kind of came through, I decided to put a nice down payment on, cause I had enough for a little bit bigger of a down payment than I did last time for the one I did for the Fusion. So I wanted something just a little better. So I decided to go car shopping with my sister, and we went down to here. I live in Santa Clarita, so we went down. All the car dealerships are all on one stretch of road in the center of town, and so we went down there. We decided to go to the Kia dealership where I originally bought the Fusion, to see if there's anything was there. Didn't quite see anything that caught my eye. There was a couple Optimas that looked pretty nice, but they were kind of a bit out of my range. I think the next one we went to, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. I think the next one we went to was the Ford dealer. And at the Ford dealer, we saw a 2017 Nissan Altima that we decided to take for a test drive, and it was pretty good. But we wanted to, obviously try other cars, and so we went ahead and then went to the Chevy dealer next door, and we test drove a Malibu. This one was a 2019. It was a little different than this one, but we got in it, and we really, really liked it. Thing is, it was about $4,000 more than the Altima, but we kept in mind that there was a Malibu back at the Ford dealer within the same price range as the Altima, so we kept the Malibu on the back burner. Then we went to, while we were at the Chevy dealer, my sister test drove a Jeep Wrangler just to have fun with test driving the Jeep Wrangler, which thankfully the Chevy guy was super patient and was super cool with us. Thank you, sir. Then we decided to go to the Honda dealer because last time I went to buy the Fusion, I really wanted a Honda Accord, so I wanted to go see if they had one at the Honda dealer, and What do you know? They did, but it was like a little too far out of my price range. I really, really wanted to see if I could stretch to do it. But, rational me and like everyone else said that I'd probably be dealing with a lot of big payments and whatnot. So I decided to go between either the Malibu or the Altima, and I kind of ended up going for the Malibu, and it was a red one. It wasn't this one. This wasn't the one we saw. So I drive back home, and then I'm with my mom in her car on our way back to go look at that Malibu that I wanted. And we started looking at it, and she's like, "Are you sure that's the one you want?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's pretty nice." And then she's like, "What about that one over there?" Which was this one. The red Malibu at the dealership was kind of flaky, and kind of looked a little beat up compared to this one. This one was way nicer than that other Malibu. But the thing to consider is that Malibu had about 60 some odd thousand miles. This had about 96,000 miles on it. So I was like, it's really nice, but 96,000 miles. We'll see. Went on a test drive, and I'm like, yeah, this is the one I want. So I've officially had this car for about 2 months, I want to say, and I love it. I love it. Way more than the Fusion. I think it looks better than the Fusion. I think it is a far better car than the Fusion. And it's a faster car than the Fusion. This thing has a giant turbocharger. I did not buy this car to be fast, but it is fast. It has around 260-ish horsepower or something like that. Does the quarter in 14 seconds. 0 to 60 time of 6.5 seconds. Like, what the hell? I am no business buying a fast car, and all of a sudden I have a fast car. Which is also kind of in turn made me a more aggressive driver. I used to be kind of a much safer driver. I very much would like instinctively go the speed limit, go not too much over, and I would stay in one lane. But nowadays I just I want to get there fast. I want to get there as quickly as I can. So, and what better way to do it than in a fast car like this one? So, yeah, that's kind of the main story as far as how I got this car. Might as well show you around some of the little details here and there around the car. So yeah, cut to some footage. So as alluded to in the intro, yes, these are California license plates that say Krypno on them. I ordered them in about March for the Fusion while I still had it. And on their website, it said it would take about 10 to 12 weeks. It's been a lot longer than 10 to 12 weeks, but such is the way when dealing with stuff like the DMV and whatnot. I honestly even forgot that I had them, because at that point, I had assumed I wouldn't get them, because the thing they tell you is it's not a guarantee that you're going to get the plates that you order them. And the thing to keep in mind, too, is in case they don't have them, you have 3 options. So you put your first choice as to what you want it to be, and then your second and your third. So if they don't have your first choice, they'll go for your second pick. I forget what choices 2 and 3 were, but this was number 1, and I'm very glad that I was able to manage to get this license plate. And I really wanted the one with the palm trees too, so I felt like that would be the most fitting, seeing as it is a California license plate. Got the Hoonigan drip on it. One thing I noticed is the last owner was a lady. I didn't know this. They plasti-dipped the Chevy logos and a lot of the. I'll cut to somewhere the other trim, but they blacked out the Chevy badge on this side and the back, and the Malibu logos on the side of the car. I believe, I won't say her name. I won't call her out. It starts with a J. Last person doing this car, so. I gotta say, it looks really good on the back bow tie and the Malibu on either side. But this one, let's see. See if you can see it. It's not quite up to speed. That little undersection there. So, yeah, that's about it on this front end trim. I might as well come over to the back of the car and show you what the rear license plate looks like. So, all right, here we are on the back side. Again, like nothing too crazy here. Obviously, I got the Krypno license plate. The blacked out bow tie back here for some reason is a lot better than the one on the front. It's very cleanly put on. So I don't know what's up with the front one. Maybe you just like hit it hard, but we got blacked out here, blacked out on the Malibu 2.0T. I threw on a Hoonigan sticker. I'm honestly a fan of Hoonigan. Obviously, I bought their license plate covers, so they threw in a golden sticker that I went ahead and put on the rear glass. Yeah, that's about it on the exterior. Let's go to some interior bits. All right, so here we are on the interior. I gotta say, for a car that has 98,000 miles, it doesn't really look like it has 98,000 miles, with the exception of right here on the steering wheel. This is the only real thing in this car that's showing its age, because whoever had this last put their thumbs on there a lot, so there's kind of like, it's kind of like worn off a little bit right there. But other than that, this interior is so clean for a car that pretty much has 100,000 miles on it. So it's a long commuter, whoever had this last. One thing of note that this car has that the Fusion didn't is it has heated and cooled seats, which is super cool. But even cooler is a heated steering wheel. This button right here turns on a heated steering wheel. It has a navigation system, so it has so I can tell it what I want it to do. I'll cut to some footage of me using the navigation system and kind of sifting through the display. That was my one complaint about the Fusion, is that all it had was a Bluetooth music player. And this isn't by far the most cutting edge as far as stuff. This car's from 2016, but this is a much bigger step above the Fusion as far as kind of the whole darn package. That's about it. I mean, truth be told, there isn't really anything I don't like about this car. I guess the only thing I don't like is that I'm having to stop at the gas station more often. But that's mostly on me because I'm driving a fast car, and so I tend to drive a little faster now. But yeah, nothing really too bad about this car. It's just all positives. So I wish this were a more interesting video to show why everything sucks, but nothing really sucks. So, alrighty, I guess that's it. So we'll go ahead and cut to the outro. I also forgot to mention, whoever sits in the back seat of this car while you're driving with me, you could charge your freaking laptop if you wanted to. Look at this shit. You can charge your goddamn laptop if you wanted to. You could plug in a toaster. This car's super cool. Anyways, to the outro. Alrighty, well, this has been installment number 4 on what it's like to own cars. Yeah, these are videos I like to make, and if you want me to make more of them, let me know in the comments down below. I'd be willing to. We'll see if I get around to making more of them. But as always, if you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a dislike. If your feelings go beyond that, leave a comment down below. That's always been your boy Krypno, aka Griffin Soroki, signing off. Peace.